Josh Kerr destroyed the world record.
23:13, 1999. No one's touched this mark. Come on, Chanel Garouge, move over. Josh Kerr is here. 3:42.62, guys.
One of the hardest things to do in track and field is to break a world record. People chase world records forever and ever, and sometimes never accomplish it. So when you have an opportunity to break a world record and you do it, you have an opportunity to say what you're gonna do, and it happens. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. World records are so hard to accomplish. Conditions have to be right. The field has to be right. Your mindset has to be right. Quality of your mental has to be so engraved in confidence.
You have to psych yourself out to believe that world records are slow.
Not to say world records are slow, but you got to have that mentality that the world record is nowhere near the level and the capacity where you at. And at any given Sunday, Saturday or Monday or Friday, you can walk on the track and break it. But world records are not broke at track meets. They're broke in practice. They broke with consistency. They broke with dedication. They broke with your nutrition. They broke with sacrifice, your supplements. Broken with great coaches, the great support team. They're broken with your mentality and understanding what you need to do day in and day out to be focused on the main thing and keeping the main thing the main thing. They're broken with positive influence and surrounding yourself with great people. They're broken with encouraging yourself, keeping yourself motivated, getting over humps, jumping over loops, taking away from people that's not healthy to you. They're broken in so many other ways before we get to the track. Your life has to be in order. Majority of the time, not all the time, majority of the time, your life has to be in order because there's no margin of error when it comes to breaking records. And Josh Kerr was that guy that did it. Y'all like, share, and follow for more information about trending top topics. And we're talking about Josh Kerr world record. I think the mile world record has to be the hardest world record outside of the 800. I think distance world records are hard. The only record that I see that's insane as a sprinter is Usain Bolt, that 1919 and that 958. That's crazy. That's crazy. The 400 world record is insane, but I think that's breakable. People are getting close. The 800 world record is insane, but people are getting close. The mile world record is tough, just like the 800 world record is tough, because you got to come through the first lap on time. You got to be comfortable. You got to be aggressive. You got to be patient. People who break the world record with no pacer in the race, that's from 800 up, should be revered, should be commemorated, because that is a tall feat to do, to step on a track with no pacer and break the world record. However, it's still difficult to break the world record. And what Josh Kerr did was crazy. Breaking El Garouge's 26-year-old record at 3:43 in the mile. Do y'all know how insane that is? That's like 150 through 800. Imagine running 150 and continuing on. You got to keep going. You know what's crazier? His third lap was ran with a 51.8. 51.8. He ran that his third lap. 51.8. That is insane. Look at the race. Look at the race. The man couldn't even take him through 1,000. Look at him. He was struggling to get through 1,000. That's how fast he was going, and Josh Kerr kept going. And you got to understand, a lot of people took shots at the world record. A lot of people. Inglebridge tried to break the world record. He came close with a 3:43. Naguse came close with a 3:43. And he even said that he prefers the mile over the 1,500. So he came there ready to dominate. And actually, he had a faster mile time coming into this race. So it was interesting to see what's going to happen in this mile, being that Josh Kerr hasn't ran nothing like this in a whole year. But his workout's been saying that he's able to do it, especially his 1,200 time trial. And you notice that he's been doing different things with his training. One, training with Brandon Miller. Also doing like 800s. You know, he's been sharpening his speed because the strength is there. So he got his speed up under. A 144 and an 800, that's some speed for a 1,500 meter runner. When you're going after a world record, you got to be able to come through the first two laps like it don't even bother you. So the fact that he came through 150 through the first two laps, and his PR in the 800 is 144, he's able to carry that and continue. And then the last lap is all guts anyway. It's all guts. It's all heart. Everything has to be right to break a world record in the mile. When you have to go around the track a couple of times where the wind can change on you.
Here, 342.69. 222, guys. Josh Kerr just destroyed the world record in the mile.
Destroyed the world record with a 342.66. That is dangerously fast. Ingebrigtsen was licking his chops, saying if I was in that race, I would have broke the world record and stole it from Josh Kerr. Remember, him and Ingebrigtsen was going back and forth, and they didn't really like each other, and it was good for the sport. A little tussle, you know, talking trash. You know, they didn't like each other, so we were more anticipating the race.
Josh, after Ingebrigtsen won the 5,000, he made some comments. He referred to you as just the next guy up, and saying he wasn't 100% healthy. I'm just curious if you heard those, and you know what you think of them, what your response is.
A little bit now. Ego's pretty high on this one. You know, he was pacemaked in 2021 for his Olympic gold medal by Chariot. He doesn't win a lot of non-paced races. I would love for him to be listening to this.
But Cole Harker just surprised both of them and beat him. And actually, Nagoose got third, and Josh Kerr got second. This 1500 is going to be crazy with Nagoose coming out. Nagoose is always there. Nagoose wins. He wins, but he's always there. He's not dominant yet. He's just there. Like he hasn't found his identity as a dominant runner. He's always there. He makes tactical mistakes. He goes out too hard, and he goes out too slow. You really don't know what type of runner he is because he's not a dominant runner yet. Like, he shows up to the meet and he may get first, but we don't know if he's gonna win that race. But we know that he's guaranteed second, third, or fourth. He's up there, but he's just not dominant. He's just not a person that you would pick to win the race unless there was no names in there. If there's no names in there, he's gonna win. But you got big names in there, you would never put the others to win. You won't. He's just not a dominant runner. So who's your pick in the 1500? Josh Kerr. You can go argue with your mama, or you can blame Moses for this one. Man, for more videos and more insight and track, y'all like, share, and follow my Instagram. I am Moses Washington. Facebook Moses Washington. YouTube Moses Washington. Go by Mowaj. Blame Moses, man.